welcome to Cosmic Diaries. So this is your individual forecast for your sign for the transit of Uranus through Taurus over the next 8 years. I've done an overview of this transit, which I do recommend that you watch and then apply that to what I'm going to say to you in this video. This video, I'm covering how it works for you and your sign, but it would be helpful if you watch that as well. So I'll add the link here, but this is a big shift for us all, and I hope you find this video useful. And if you like the video, please do sign up and like the video and share and subscribe so I know that you like it. I know it's been a while since I've done these, but I'm back. All right. Uranus is in my sign now. I thought I'd do these for you. So I hope you enjoy this and I hope you find them useful. All right. So without further ado, here's the forecast for your sign and your rising sign. This is a general forecast, so email me if you want a more in-depth reading, and I would love to work with you. We'll take a look at your chart and we'll see how things are playing out. So, all right, Libra. So for you, Libra, your sign rules relationships, and you more than any other sign probably identify with a relationship. But over the past 8 years, since 2010, Uranus has been moving through Aries, which is your opposite sign, and the part of your chart that rules your relationships through your 7th house. And this, if anything, has taught you the value of independence and the need for you to have your independence and for you to have your freedom. Now, whether you are in a relationship or you're single, or whether you're just meeting someone, or even if a relationship has suddenly ended now, because Uranus is all about the sudden and unexpected. So there might have been sudden endings, sudden new beginnings, especially as Uranus has just moved through the end of Aries. So whatever stage you're at right now in terms of your relationships, you're moving to a whole new level now. Uranus is moving through your 8th house now, has entered your 8th house. Taurus rules your 8th house. And your 8th house, the 8th house rules our deepest commitments. It's where energy merges on the deepest levels. So it rules sex, death, inheritances, bloodlines, genes, business partnerships. It's really other people's money. It's where energy goes through a process of metamorphosis, where you come together with another, whether it's especially on a level of sex and money, but where you come, or sex for procreation, really. So it's your genes as well. So now as Uranus enters Taurus, now that you've managed to gain a sense of independence and freedom, whether you are or not in a relationship, your commitments are entering a whole new level, and they're pushing you to go deeper, whether you're single or not. And your deepest commitments are going through a process of transformation over the next 8 years. And for you, these are your deepest ties. So it could even be a marriage, an existing one, or, over the next 8 years, you could be getting married, or, well, I don't want to say divorce, but this transit will test loyalties, and it will test your commitments, and it will test how strong your commitments are. And I'm not saying this to scare you, but I'm saying this to tell you that you needn't fear. In fact, this is the message, which is you don't need to fear losing anything or anyone that's important to you or that is of true value, or anything. In fact, the more freedom you can offer others, the more you can deepen the commitments that are real. What matters now is that you align with others and you invest in the relationships that share your core values. And how do you know this? I mean, if you've already been with someone, then you know the other person. But even then, now you're learning new things about another and a relationship, and even about yourself. So especially as Uranus has moved through the end of Aries, trust is a very important thing. And trust is something that, as you learn in Taurus, comes only through time and consistency, through consistency of action. So any relationship that you're beginning now, or the relationships that you value now, it's important that you nurture them consistently. And there are sudden changes taking place, uh, also in terms of your money and finances, because your money and finances will be highlighted. So your business partnerships, same thing. It's important that you align with people who you share values with. And if you aren't sure, then take your time to get sure, whether it's a personal relationship or a business partnership. And there's nothing wrong with, mixing business with pleasure. It's just that you need to be aware of what you're doing and the choices that you're making. Also, coming back to my earlier point, um, you value your freedom, but at the same time, you value commitment too. And you can have both. You can you can deepen commitments where you have both. This will require honesty. Also, it'll ask you to push through boundaries of what you thought a commitment or a marriage or looks like, or your values surrounding money. Where do these come from? The eighth house is also the house of death. And it's on the deepest level, this represents an ego death. So you're learning the transience of the material world. And Uranus teaches us about detachment. And you're being asked to let go of your material attachments to this life, to money, to people, to commitments. And this is not easy. Even in the but understand that even in the best relationships, even with the people we love the most, one day we all will die. Mortality, that's part of life. But as this transit moves forward, if you can move beyond your physical awareness, if you can move through this process of ego death with greater awareness, then you'll recognize that it's only the body that dies. Matter cannot be destroyed, it is only transformed. And also, the eighth house, very importantly, can bring up control issues and power issues. So, nothing in your life needs to be a power struggle now. And no one can have power over you unless you let them. No one and nothing. So, whether it's a person or whether it's your attachments to sex or money, you've got to know what your hooks are. And the more you can let those go, a situation can level out on its own. The more you cling or the more you try to control something, the more you'll experience a feeling of being shocked or not being able to control the situation. So even if at times you feel out of control, the transit is just asking you to dig deeper. And the more you surrender control, you'll see that after everything shakes out, what's real and valuable will remain. And you're awakening to what really is precious in your life and in a situation, and what you value and what will matter after you're gone. Because you're here only for a short time and you don't know how long you have with the people in your life. So it's not about the longevity of your connections. And that doesn't mean that just cut off people from your life, but it's about the depth of your connections and how you value them. And you may want the best for someone, but you can't control them, and you can't make someone love you, but you can be present and you can be true to your own values. And that's another thing, whether it's money or love or whatever the situation, you can't compromise your values now for anything, because that's when you'll be on really shaky ground. So yes, this as the cycle begins, you're beginning a whole new phase of transformation, and you're going to come out the other side almost enlightened, but renewed. And trust me when I say it's going to be a life-changing transit. This is you rebirthing and becoming the butterfly you are. The beautiful butterfly you are, Libra. All right. So I'll stop there, and lots of love to you. This is obviously a general overview, but if you, for Libra rising, but if you want a closer look at your chart, email me. My details will be below, and we'll set up a consultation. All right. Bye for now. Well, watch the end of the video. All right. Bye for now.